И всем привет! Это четвертая часть уже прохождения GreedFall. Продолжаем проходить данную РПГшку. Посмотрим, что нас сегодня ждет. Начнем. Так, одну минутку. Сейчас посмотрю, что все работало. Да, все работает. Так, что у нас по квестам здесь осталось-то? Научная экспедиция у нас осталась, доп. Квесты. Орден света, грехи отца, несовершенный рай. Два поручения. Могила странника. Ладно, пойдем на мейн-квест. Допиков мы и так уже много сделали. А, тут отец юстиции. Давайте, ладно, к нему сбегаем, все равно близко находимся. Мне кажется, графики поплохело. Угу. Опачки, спасибо за подписку. Опа. Не играешь такой день, забываешь управление в игре. Нормально. Ну ладно, не страшно. Ой-ой-ой, это что-то страшное. Даже лезть не хочу. Так. Блять. Так, живи, братишка, давай, пей. Все, отлично. Да, клево, просрал все. А мы справились неплохо. Тоже победа. Так, уже здесь есть костер, да? А, мы же добежали до этого места, но ни с кем не поговорили. Ладно. Инквизиция. Здравствуйте.
Welcome to Eden, the lighthouse of faith, harmony, and civilization in these wild lands.
Thank you. Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
And I am Father Justinius. Delighted. And what may I do for you?
Чем ты можешь помочь? Ну, давай рассказывай про
The
Скрижали.
Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have
Катастрофа.
to find them at all
Катастрофа.
costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have
Из соседней деревни, который только что помогал.
stealing the holy
Ну да,
word
неплохо.
from us.
How could they have learned
Почти
of
как
the
помогал,
tablets'
они меня на
existence?
смерть отправили даже.
Perhaps the demons are
Красавцы.
giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wondered how my people could accept a priest settling in their home like this.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe...
Ну,
Father,
что скажешь еще?
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
Давай.
tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vixenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
And how well have neighboring villages welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries.
Правильно, лучше
There
путь
are
отправить
still
проповедника.
frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There are no Onol Manawi and no warriors here either. Did they all leave?
Perfect harmony takes time, my child. I have no doubt that one day we will manage to convince your kind to convert. But, in the meantime, we must settle for the miracle of great coexistence that this place already represents. Nobody thought we could live side by side with your people. And yet...
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May
Ладно,
the
пойду.
enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Так. Поговорить, поговорить, поговорить. Ну, пойдем поговорим. Наказанные, что ли?
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Whom do you suspect of being
Подозреваешь
the
ли
thief?
кого-нибудь?
Alas. I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Where were the
Где
tablets the
хранились
night they were
скрижали?
stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Mateus later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
I
Кто
imagine
их
someone was
охранял?
keeping watch over them.
Кто же
Of
их
course,
охранял?
we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
The Mother
Расскажи мне о
Cardinal
создании
told me
Бена.
that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Mateus. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful.
Конечно, пригодится. Нам же еще квест проходить. Так, наказанный. Давай.
Greetings, Desade. I am handling the investigation into the
Бла,
theft of the
бла, бла, бла,
tablets.
бла.
Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Давай, брат, расскажи мне.
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Когда
What can you
произошла
tell me
кража?
about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Do you
Значит, ее
suspect
открыли и
anyone in
закрыли.
particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here, and the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Mateus lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep
Дает
managing
право,
the
да,
way Sister
находиться.
Eugenia does will only create more
Красть
tensions
людей.
with the natives.
Да, да, да.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things. I will leave you to your work.
Ладно, пройдем.
Goodbye.
Так.
There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
This priest, Virgil, said that the night was calm. So calm that he probably fell asleep. So, the thieves only had to take the key from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
You think that the one who told them is in this village?
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Здесь ничего. Ну ладно. Вождь, вождь, вождь. Опять с тобой. Ну давай.
Hello, brother.
Oh, Desade, is that you? Do you need anything?
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village.
Все, что не
I
ваша
joined
вера,
Sissy
называйте
Eugenia's team
язычниками.
with some of my
Клево.
colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
You
Ну-ка.
talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it. How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't.
Да-да-да,
Of course.
возвращайся.
I will leave you to your work. Goodbye.
До свидания. Так, сейчас одну минуту кое-что посмотрю. Так, да, канал в сети, все хорошо. Окей. Ладно, погнали. Так, что мне остается узнать больше об истории Дема? Четко вот никуда побежал. Ну, как всегда, собственно. О, может здесь спуститься можно. Но почему? Да, теперь вы меня не выпустите, правильно понимаю? Черт возьми, игра. Давай, 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 беги, беги. Так, а чем мне пока что там предлагается? Так, больше об истории Дема и все. То есть с этими бомжами разговаривать не надо. Так, здесь, скорее всего, вождь. Давай. Братан какой-то стильный.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of
Бывший
this village.
старейшина.
Hello, Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logaed Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Tell
Давай,
me about the
рассказывай, когда они
arrival of the
пришли.
people of Teleme, and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
The
That's
priests
mainly
told
it.
me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them
Виноват в краже Скрижали.
because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Почему
What
шли
happened to
воины?
your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course. And the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men. Perhaps wiser than they are.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right. But you may also be wrong.
Ну давай.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
Хочешь играть?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I
Всё-таки
think
ты
the
украл.
name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is
В смысле ссылка на Twitch бита? Ты имеешь в виду с Ютуба?
her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple when it comes to her son. I have to go.
like so many others.
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
Или в
The
подписи.
priests separated this village into two parts. The exiles must be
Ну-ка, подожди, я проверю. Так, прямая трансляция и...
Than we'd been told.
Или в
The
подписи.
priests separated this village into two parts.
Да, вижу, что Бикая. Ну-ка, подожди, я проверю. Угу. Да, я увидел. Спасибо, Миш. Ладно, после стрима поправлю это потом. Хотя... Че это я? Я же могу сейчас это сделать, да? Сейчас быстренько поправим. Угу. Так, трансляция, прямая трансляция и Twitch. Только не включай мне, пожалуйста, ничего. Спасибо большое. Да, как-то странно, почему старая сохранилась. Я обновил информацию о Твиче. Ну-ка, сейчас посмотрим. Что сейчас пишется? Да, вот сейчас норм. Что сейчас работает? Спасибо, что сказал. Ты что, на работе?
Hearted, having left their clan.
He'd never have been forced to leave.
Either way, the
Так.
resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Давай, Мишаня, расскажи что-нибудь. Как дела? Как работа? Так, давай, рассказывай. Что твой сынок
Are
унес?
you Vindwar?
Bird here, Tumad.
Дорогу.
Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Решил на Twitch зайти? Давай.
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
Как же работа?
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true.
Это была не
It
я.
wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to
Ты
leave the
это там,
village.
сердечко
If you
тыкни,
know
там
that,
подписка
then you know
называется.
that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Нормально. Сам накрафтил, попадал. Да, бабка,
The
ты
only
можешь
means of
создать...
alleviating the
Ой,
situation with
спасти жизнь.
Taleme is to give the priests their tablets back. So, if you don't want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles
Просто
are
вот.
hiding in the woods,
Ясно.
beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the
Чё тебе пока
tablets
не
away
надоело
from them
гриндить
without
толпу
being
мобов?
seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
Нет, мы никого не будем убивать. Я тебе обещаю. Я с вами с местными пытаюсь помягче, поэтому просто пойдем поговорим. Чё нет-то? А, о, все увидел, спасибо. Ну почему-то звуковое оповещение кривое, оно мне не показывает, что кто-то подписался, надо будет перенастроить. Блин, не люблю я вас. Вы бронированные. Давай. Нормас. Че заболел-то? Где заболел-то? Простудифилис? Я же здесь... А, все понятно. Я здесь бегал, там в этом кругу было пусто. Сейчас приду, там будет мобы 100%. Типа я был прав. Типа нужно квест пройти, чтобы здесь что-то появилось. Город у нас, как обычно, ну да. Тоже недавно было. Красиво. Так, а я не могу ее обезвредить. Клево. Но хоть вижу. Вот они, скрижали. Блин. Ой, не-не-не. Я не хочу их убивать. Давайте уйдем. Давайте просто уйдем от битвы. Тут же мобы привязаны к территории и все. Что-то, короче, нет, там мои все-таки дерутся. Ну ладно, я не хотел их убивать, я же добрый. Зараженная.
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
I'm sorry, Vindwal, but I had to resort to force. Your son and his friends are dead.
Nah. Kerton Sidag. Why did he have to seek revenge? Ma rentam.
I am genuinely sorry.
100 хаусов, пожалуйста. Так они вроде понерфили, там это количество мобов выходящих и количество сундуков, их меньше сейчас, нет? Какие островитяне, репутация минус, алло. Я не хочу репутацию минус, можно загрузить. Наверное, можно. Давай не будем их убивать. Че, все так же минус 100 фпс? Ясно. Ну, короче, крутяк, мы проебали сохранялку. Ну, ничего страшного. Минус репутация. Ну, нормально. Вроде пока не враги. Кстати, да, враги или кто они там сейчас? Симпатия, ну блин, не хотелось бы терять с ними репутацию, они все-таки это ничего не сделали. У тебя просто зомбаки задефали по-любому. Ну не зомбаки, или кто там у тебя? Големы. Какой левел там, кстати, уже?
I'm
90
genuinely
вроде?
sorry.
Go. Leave me alone.
Я
I
должна
must
предать
now
его
return
земле.
them to the earth.
Ну ладно. Ладно. Ничего страшного. А, стой, мне же там не дали. Сейчас. Да, симпатия пойдет. Блин, не хотелось бы этим помогать на самом деле. Дебилом. И те, 91-й. А что ты этого плута своего забросил, да, уже? Я 89-й так и не заходил больше. Куда я бегу? Думаю, сейчас продать. Че тебе там дорогое что-то было? Ну кто там пельтилинг? Как минимум.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on St. Matthias.
I am curious to know who is responsible for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
The exiles did it, and they are dead, so you won't have to chase them.
May the Enlightened forgive them for their crimes. I suspect they left you with no choice. Those natives were filled with rage.
Ну так
In
продай
any
что.
case, you
Свой
would do
вроде.
well to keep a better watch on your discoveries in the future. You should also pay more attention to those who share this village with you. This theft would never have happened had you truly been in harmony with the natives.
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. We may have been a bit clumsy in the beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I'm very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you.
Шмотку дайте
I hope
какую-нибудь
your
уже.
expedition will be a
Золотом
success.
кормите и кормите. Подожди, в смысле? 1300. А что, бабла не дали, что ли? Ну, не дали бабла, да. В смысле, область действия плюс 3 минуты. Чё? Так, нет, надо вот это все-таки качать, не заниматься бомбами. Так, нет, ничего нету. Вот здесь есть. И здесь, так, смотрим, что фильм. Так, не то. Тоже не нужно, тоже не нужно. Будут навыки спутников. Двигаться, не бояться договора. Пусть будет харизма, как бы нужная штука. Так. Квест. Так, дождаться результатов исследования. Ну давай подождем. 23 часа. 23 часа ждать исследования вообще. Все-таки уже это, кстати, объявили, что 25 числа Вов выходит 8.25. Пойду посмотрю, что там хоть происходит. Здрасте, почему 2,5 часа? Не, ну 2,5 часа я не хочу ждать. До рассвета давай. И до утра. Не буду спать так. Сколько мне помнится, вы где-то внизу стоите. Харчевню зашли, значит, да?
Oh, there you are, Your Excellency. The Enlightened has heard my prayers.
What's going on? Where are the others?
After deciphering the content of the tablets, they went north to continue their research in some swamps. But they must have encountered problems. Brother Fidelis came back here, and he was in a dreadful state. He most likely came to seek help, but he fainted. It's impossible for us to know what happened to them.
I'm not a doctor, but I may be able to examine him.
Oh, please do. Any help would be appreciated. We've done our best, but our magic has proved inefficient. And the healer we sent for will certainly arrive too late from San Mateus.
Ну давай посмотрим.
This man is burning up with fever and he bears several bite marks and traces of blows.
The blows did not put him in this state. He looks like a victim of poisoning. With the right antidote, I think we could get him back on his feet.
Have you tried giving him any anti-poison?
Of course, but to no avail. And what if it were a hex cast by the heretics?
No matter what happens, you always suspect them.
Why, of course. These savages are always to blame. The man was in the swamp. There are some rare animals there, and their venom is terrible. A healer from the area will know the antidote.
We could ask Lair. He will direct us to someone who understands remedies.
Забойщик островитянам. Сперва убиваем, потом за помощью обращаем. Чё нет?
Onol Manawi, you've come back to see old Lair. I heard that you managed to retrieve the tablets.
Did Vindwal tell you?
Yes, and divorced tyrant. My heart bleeds at the news of our brother's
Ну простите, они сами напали, я хотел убежать.
that peace with the Renaitse was possible. I'm starting to think it is an illusion. Well, we will see what the winds bring us.
I need your advice. You may already know that one of the researchers came back wounded from the
Опять
expedition.
-1. Что началось-то, а?
He has all the symptoms of a poisoning, but the anti-poisons we gave him had no effect. He must have been bitten by a creature of the swamp, and we're looking for a healer who would know of a suitable antidote.
So, you came to see me. Interesting. Our neighbors did not think for one moment that we could be helpful. Alas, our Donegat is one of the exiles. But Vindwal knows plants well.
Виндваль, поговори с
Thank you.
ним.
I will go see her. I hope she agrees to help us. I have to go.
Like so many others.
Все еще симпатия. Еще не все поебал. Ладно. Виндваль, это та бабушка, сына которого мы убили, походу. И она нам вряд ли поможет. Это плохо. Но, с другой стороны, пусть сдохнет. Как бы не жалко этого инквизитора вообще. Угу, вот она.
Here you are again. What do you want?
I have come to ask for your help. Lair told me you know about remedies.
I do know a few of them. I have learned about plants. I used to want to become a Donegad.
One of the researchers came back wounded from the expedition. Apparently he was bitten by a creature of the swamp.
And now he has the Llewellyn fever. We have a good knowledge about this affliction. He will die if he does not receive proper treatment.
Do you know which antidote should be given to him?
My son died because of these people. They neglect us and treat us like children. Why should I give you my knowledge to save one of them?
I'm sorry about what happened to Bran, and about the priest's behavior towards you. But are you really prepared to let a man die when you could save him? To perpetuate the cycle of vengeance?
No, no. You're right. I will explain to you how to create the antidote.
Добрая душа. Сделать противовес лекарства Виндваль. Типа на костре, может быть? Погоди. В этой игре есть один прикол. Можно полутать что-то рядом с квестом и найти нужный квест-итем. Ну-ка. Ясно. Ну ладно, бежим до костра, попробуем поделать, если получится, конечно. Где костер-то? А вон. Да, там стол возле костра у каждого есть. Так, давай. Лекарство Виндваль. Ну, в принципе, да. Почему-то в этой игре много бегаю по доп-квестам, и они поинтереснее иногда даже, чем мейн-квест. Где я? Чё, так улетел, что ли?
Was I unconscious for a long time? The other members of the expedition, they are in danger. The swamp is so hostile. We weren't prepared for it. Some of our people have disappeared.
What caused these wounds?
A nightmarish creature. The swamp is full of them. A colleague and I had left to fetch some help when we were attacked. I managed to run away, but I don't know what happened to him. As for those who are at the camp, you must go help them.
Show me the location of your colleagues on the map. I will join them.
There. Please, hurry.
Thank you.
Ну ладно, ладно. Уговорил. Чертяка языкастый. Я же отсюда могу переместиться или с костра? Да, могу, я же там был уже. Нет. Нет. Вот, да, да. Так. Да, полетели. Может, у тебя что есть интересное? Вообще мне нужна одна ручка на пробитие брони. Тяжелая одноручная. Легкая вроде бы как на броню вообще никак не влияет. Точнее, пробивать броню легким оружием это такое себе. Ну, типа так вот это. Альсада. Нет. Скорострельность 4-5. Ничего себе. Нужно меткость 3, все понятно. Так, ладно. Продай мне боеприпасов. И продай мне зелье здоровья. 15 штук здесь. Нормально, нормально. Вообще огонь. Там еще лимфа и... Я не помню, с чего из боярышника вроде делается. Ладно, продадим сперва что-нибудь. Молоток забытого бога. Ставлю. Продать. Вот этот острый клеймор тоже можно продать, потому что я с легендарным. Так. То продать. Так, стоп. Мой камзол уже подходит под эту категорию, и это бы одеть. Тут сопротивления много, но не могу. Сила воли. Сейчас беда, когда нет силы воли. Ну да. Так, купить. Ну не хотел купить, но не могу. Ладно. Так, может я смогу покрафтить себе зелье здоровья, создать и боярышник все-таки 6 штук, отлично. Боярышник пособирать. Надо пособирать боярышник. Так, здесь я убил босса, значит не сюда. Все отлично. Так и понял. Не зря я вернулся, потому что у меня здесь еще один квест, но... Ладно.
I do not remember there being a path in this place the last time we came.
You're perfectly right, my child. This passage.
Вау. Лут. Фри лут. Сундук. Что-то ругаются,
What's
стоят.
happening here? I could hear you from miles away.
Your Excellency, I'm so happy to see you. You arrived right on time to settle this matter.
How did you manage to find us in the middle of this swamp?
Brother Fidelis managed to reach Eden. He's the one who told us where your camp was.
But he didn't leave alone. What happened to Father Orbricus, who was accompanying him?
He must be dead, like our other companions. This is all your fault. This is yet more proof that you are not fit to lead such a team. I should be the one in charge.
Maybe you should calm down and explain to me what's happening here.
This expedition was undertaken with no concern for common sense. We are not equipped to explore this type of place. Our people are disappearing, and all we have found are some falsified writings.
Brother Virgil is terrified, which probably explains why he is being so disingenuous. We have made incredible discoveries, and we could find more.
You are beyond redemption. I won't waste another second talking to you. If you want to talk to me, Your Excellency, it will have to be without her.
How charming.
Дебилизм устроили какой-то, как дети малые.
Your Excellency, I hope you will forgive us for that scene. My relations with Virgil have always been difficult, but ever since we arrived here, it has been unbearable. I'm afraid we may need an arbiter.
Before anything else,
Спасибо за
I need to
подписку.
know what led to this situation between you.
Я
What
не
would you
слышу
like to
оповещаний
know?
по подписке, поэтому... Если что, извиняюсь. Спасибо. Рассказывайте
For what
мне
reason
причину
were you
ссоры.
calling?
The expedition itself, I'm afraid. Virgil was always against it, especially under my supervision. For him, our discoveries in Eden were sufficient. They confirmed what he wanted. The rest did not matter. According to him, we should never have continued. And when we found new tablets, it became even worse.
Were they also written by Saint Matthias?
Without a doubt, the handwriting is the same. There are also some patterns, some islander symbols. It's fascinating. But what really angers Virgil is the content we managed to decipher. Our founder explains that he learned a lot from
Мне не
the
нравится этот квест.
something our brother cannot accept. He
В
now
принципе, это какие-то
persists in
квесты в
saying
этой
that
игре
these
у
tablets
инквизиции
are
очень
fake,
странные.
forged by the natives themselves.
В них очень много беготни, разговоров,
Brother Fidelis
и
told me that several
интриги,
members of the
скандалы,
expedition
расследования.
disappeared.
Yes, that's why he left along with Father Orbricus to fetch some help. 3 more of our colleagues
Не,
are
были,
missing.
конечно, интересные,
And I'm not
что-то не
even
то.
talking about the ones who fell ill. I must admit that I underestimated the hardships we would encounter. I made a mistake. I should have prepared this expedition more thoroughly. But Virgil's being disingenuous does not help.
And no one has searched for those who are missing.
I wanted us to search for them, but someone later convinced me that it presented too much of a risk. Along with lack of preparation, our constantly decreasing number, and creatures swarming the area.
And by someone, I suppose you mean Brother Virgil.
Indeed.
I'm thankful for these pieces of information, but you understand that I will also have to talk to Brother Virgil.
Of course, that's understandable. You must hear us both before you can make a decision.
Brother Virgil,
What do you want?
Давай
can you
рассказывай теперь
explain
ты.
to me what caused such a quarrel?
The reason for it is very simple. It is Eugenia's folly. This woman should never have been the
Сексист. Перед вами сексист.
The discoveries made in Eden
Да,
were
да, да.
sufficient, but no. She didn't want to stop the research. She organized this expedition in a hurry, without taking elementary precautions, and now she's accepting as facts the delirious writings we discovered on these tablets, without doubting them for even 1 second.
What do you mean?
We found some new tablets, allegedly written by Saint Matthias, but their content is so absurd that they were obviously forged. I am certain that the natives must have found these stones before us and modified their content.
How would they have done that? The natives cannot write.
They must have been helped by an unscrupulous settler. How would I know?
Ну правильно, конечно.
Brother Fidelis told me that some of your colleagues went missing. Do you know anything about this?
They did not go missing. They were killed. It was the wild beasts, the diseases, and let's not forget the savages. We can feel their
Что-то я здесь
presence
бегал, не видел дикарей.
roaming around the camp at night. I am certain they are responsible for the death of our colleagues.
That's strange. There aren't many villages around here.
There aren't any. There are a few hermits, but they are not fighters. And they have better things to do than roam around their camp at night.
We have been in this region before, and the only native we met was a little insane but would have been incapable of killing several priests.
Those savages
Но он
may
реально
very
был
well have been
странный.
following us since our departure. We will not be safe on this island until it is entirely converted.
I
Вот
see.
это вот примут все нашу
You haven't tried to find your
веру.
colleagues.
So we can die as well. I am not as crazy
Они
as
надоели
Sister
уже с этой верой,
Eugenia.
если честно.
I cannot take sides in your quarrel for now. And, in any case, it is not what matters the most. Even if you think they are dead, we have to try finding your colleagues.
Well, If you are prepared to take such a risk, I can only commend you for your bravery and wish you luck. But I would not get my hopes up. You should start by searching the excavation site. To get there, take the path south of here. But be careful. The creatures that roam the area are ruthless.
Ваше здоровье. Так, расследовать исчезновение людей. Ну окей. Здесь можно лагерь поставить. Ну, он прям сбегает. Не туда. Так, раскопки. Я обожаю вот игры текстуры, да, спускайся.
This man's skull is sunken, but he doesn't look like he was in a fight. Could he have fallen?
That is unlikely. Look, my child. The wound is located at the back of the skull. I regret to say that, in my opinion, he was struck from behind. With a mace, most likely.
Скорее всего, палец. Давай. Ну да, наука второй уровень. Окей. Я так понимаю... нет, все равно квест проходит, то есть нормально. Я думал, без науки не вывезу. Окей. Мне же проще. Так, по прямой. По прямой, но не туда, да? Это типа мне через лагерь все равно проходить, да, надо? Ладно. Не понял. И что? Невозможно забраться. Ну, тут тоже. Тоже нет. Тоже не подходит. Интересно, девки пляж. Значит, с другой стороны нужно обходить. Да, вот. Здравствуйте. Прям замертво упал. Лови. Неплохо поймал. Ну да. Блин, сюда бы гранату кинуть. У них во всех. Было бы вообще... Ой, что теперь делаем? Лови. Неплохо. Хорош. А, я же эту энергичность качал, поэтому у меня будет регениться теперь. ХП. Сильный реген, это хорошо. Так, смотрим дальше, ищем дальше. Какие-то копы, вот человек.
This poor soul was almost entirely devoured. He must have been killed by swamp animals. Even so, this wound looks different from the others. It looks like a knife wound.
You're right. He was stabbed before being fed to the animals. But anyone could have used such a blade.
Естественно, такой нож мог быть у кого угодно. Чуть мне кажется, что это не островитяне, нифига, а местные. И именно это тот священник, который хочет все это саботировать. Да. Или кульперо живет где-то внутри меня. Ладно.
These fang marks are impressive. The poor man didn't have a chance. He must have been attacked by a large reptile, most likely a Llewellyn. But what was he doing alone so far from camp? It seems obvious now that these disappearances were orchestrated.
The deaths of these people were deception. Only the Renaigse are deceitful enough to deceive each other and accuse my people. This virgin, he wants to push aside this woman at all cost. He must be.
Indeed.
А я
I
что
think that we
говорил?
should go find this brother and ask for an explanation.
Я был прав. Так, мы, кстати, до конца сходим, потому что тут какой-то лагерь еще должен быть скрытый. Типа старый. Но перед этим мы, наверное, сходим, учимся. На минутку. А нет, мы сперва кого-то убьем. Кого? А, вон. Угу.
Karans, do you need something?
Нет.
See you later.
Болтать можно, не? Пожалуйста. Ладно. Ладно, перерывчик. Так, я вернулся. Хм. Так, я вернулся, продолжаем. Да, туда надо. Немножко мопсов. Лагерь. Что ж, уже хорошо. Здесь что, только лагерь? Камни, кустики, через которые пройти нельзя. Ух. Хм. Стенка. Ну что ж, будем знать, что здесь стенка. Открыли фаст-тревел. Так что... Окей. Зато теперь можем быстро путешествовать. Так, нет. Че бежать? Так, одну минутку. Идем. Идем разговаривать с мужчиной, который всех убил. По-любому он всех замочил. Ну не может тетка. Типа странно
Brother
всё это.
Virgil. Your Excellency. Weren't you supposed to be looking for our colleagues?
Indeed. I regret to say that they are indeed all dead.
I knew it. What a waste. Eugenia and her recklessness are to blame for this.
I'm afraid someone else is responsible for this. These deaths are not accidental, and yet they were disguised as such.
The savages. Their thirst for blood is unquenchable. I knew we should never have come without an escort.
Watch your tongue, priest. Our people have no need to hide when they protect their land. Only the Renaigze are deceitful enough to disguise a death.
Who else could it be?
Someone who desperately wanted this expedition to fail. Does that remind you of anyone?
Fine. You unmasked me. But know that my cause
Дело
is
правильно,
right.
убивать людей отлично
The
вообще.
Order Luminous sent me to keep an eye on this expedition, to ensure that the discoveries we made would not jeopardize our nation or our presence on this island. But the inscriptions on the tablets are a heresy, a dangerous manipulation. Can you imagine what would happen if it was said that our founder listened to the teachings of the natives? But even then, foolish Eugenia accepted these discoveries as truth, without any hesitation, without realizing that our entire nation could suffer because of it. So yes, I wanted to scare her.
I understand that you might want to protect your nation, but to go as far as assassinating several of your colleagues?
Come now. What would you do if someone were threatening the congregation? You cannot make me believe that you would not be willing to kill. You may have already done so. But since you want to avoid using violence, help me convince Eugenia to go back to Eden. My colleagues and I know how to sort through these discoveries. And you will be rewarded, of course.
Мы за праведное дело.
The priests would have wanted to punish them, and innocent people would have died. He must answer for his treachery.
It is undeniable that these discoveries could cause a great upset in Taleme, but he has no right to decide what should be revealed or not. On this island, Cornelia should be the one to decide. Be careful with your accusations, though. Eugenia and her colleagues are on edge. We wouldn't want them to start killing each other.
Да, блин, пусть все
It seems
знают.
to me that all members of this expedition are concerned. They should decide on what to do next.
Петрус, ну Петрус, на то ты и Петрус, извини. Извини, Петрус.
Everybody listen. Alas, I must inform you that I have found the dead bodies of your missing colleagues.
How awful. What happened to them?
Someone wanted us to believe that they were killed by some swamp animals, but it was all staged. Your colleagues were murdered, and their bodies abandoned to the creatures.
What? But why do such a thing? And who murdered them?
Brother Virgil confessed to his crimes in front of me.
Monster! You will pay for these crimes. These people you killed were our brothers, our friends.
You stupid goose. You really believe that I will let you pass judgment on me? You shouldn't have been so quick to accept these lies that could destroy our nation. And want to reveal them for all to hear. You are solely responsible for these deaths.
How dare you present yourself as the protector of our nation? Murderer!
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Ой, тихо, тихо. До свидания. До свидания.
I'm sorry, sister. Brother Virgil fled during the battle.
The coward. And
В смысле, сказал, мы же убили его, подожди.
fled along with him. What a waste. So many people died.
Perhaps I shouldn't have revealed his crimes in front of everyone, but I thought it was the best way of ensuring he would be judged.
Considering how high tensions have been these last few days, a fight was inevitable, alas. But you did what you thought was fair. Here, take this. As a token of gratitude for shedding light on these dismal events. Alas, we will have to go back to Eden as well. There are too few of us to continue the research.
Were you hoping to discover more?
Of course. This place was but a single step in St. Matthias's journey. The last tablets speak of a journey northbound, further up in the swamp. But even if Virgil is no longer a threat, we are not sufficiently well equipped to go there.
We could go there for you if you wish. You just have to tell us where to look.
That would be marvelous. Of course, you would have to start from the excavation site where he wrote this. I think I noticed a path going north when I was there, actually. Look for any traces of
Вон, он сейчас туда как раз
you will be
отправит, куда он
lucky
просто
enough to
бегает.
find more of his writings. That would be fantastic.
Don't worry. I will conduct this research and come find you here if I uncover anything.
Так. Конечно, всех облутать. Попросту луту пропадать, да? Луту нельзя пропадать. Так, а меня отправляют. Ну, да, собственно, меня сюда и отправляют, поэтому через костер будет быстрее, нельзя открыли.
I've never been that far into the swamp, but if I was to live here, I would look for a different place.
Ну, типа я здесь, и что дальше? Выяснить, куда ушел святой Матеус. Может, что здесь? Обачки. Не, я так и знал, что здесь где-то босс. Нет патронов. Братишка, иди-ка ты это. Отлично. Ты офигел, что ли? Почему в ловушку не уступил? Все, теперь можно его убить. Давай ты это. Так, ядовитое покрытие. Ну, я не сделал ядовитое покрытие. Неплохо. Больно. Неплохо. Но только лут, что-нибудь дали. Тут нету, тут нету, тут нету, тут тоже нету. Жертвенный меч. Ух ты. Оглушение. Ярость, расход ярости на атаку. Ну да, поставим, посмотрим, на что это способен. Угу.
We have to manage through this place.
Классно. Были, молодцы. Интересно выглядит, знаешь? Идем дальше. Что у нас здесь? Чё? Вот он ты где, да?
Let's take a closer look at these paintings. We may learn something from them.
Это очень интересно.
This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native. This mural depicts an old man praying in front of a face in the mountain. He's holding a rosary. Saint Matthias. Praying to Enonmiel Frictimen. I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
I cannot believe it. These symbols.
Тайный
They
язык.
are signs used in the secret writing of the Donegada.
Engraved tablets. They resemble the ones we recovered in Eden. We should take them with us. The researchers would be delighted to study them. This mural is very ancient. It depicts an old man dressed as a priest getting his face painted by a masked native. I don't know these glyphs, but these spirals are native symbols. There are some words in our ancient language next to them. The light and the earth are the two faces of a same power. It's impossible to know if this is a translation or another sentence. But this is a message that would seriously displease the Inquisitors.
I cannot believe it. These symbols. They are signs used in the secret writing of the Donegada.
There are some native symbols here, and some letters I recognize, as if someone had tried to write in the native
На
language
местном
using
языке я
our
пользую
alphabet.
алфавит.
Menduis dad, Enonmiel Frictimen.
It means welcome.
Нас как своих детей тысячелетний
Enonmiel.
тысячеликий бог.
This is incredible. Saint Matthias would have known about the spirit of the island and would have prayed to him.
I don't know if you realize the importance of what we've just discovered. Saint Matthias, the founder of Ptolemy, finished his life worshipping the islanders' god. This is so incredible. Although it will cause a huge upset for our nation, our cult, and our relations with the natives.
I wonder what I should do with these relics. Eugenia probably didn't imagine that Saint Matthias lived his life in a way that's so different from what they advocate. As for Virgil, he wasn't wrong. Such a revelation will certainly cause a schism in Ptolemy.
I understand you must be concerned. Great revelations are often followed by a trail of blood. But if what we found was revealed, my people could live in peace with the priests at last.
I already took sides in their quarrel. If I change my mind, I'm afraid that it might be seen as treason. I'll think about it on the way there. Let's go back to the researchers' camp.
Не, ну... Естественно, будем мирить их. Будем мирить. Ты чё? Святой Матеус не тот, кто казался. Ну ничего, зато помирятся. Жить, может, начнут вместе. Так, лагерь вместо раскопок. Да. Прости меня, священник. Походу мы с тобой сейчас поругаемся.
So, did you find anything? Or do you need my help?
We discovered a cave that was inhabited a long time ago by a whole group of people, mostly natives, who had obviously created a sacred site, as the place was guarded by a creature.
And have you found traces of our holy founder? New relics? Perhaps some tablets?
Давай.
There were also frescoes on the site, representing Saint Matthias.
Frescoes? Tell me more. This is fascinating.
He was shown having his face painted by a native. On the other, he prayed to a god of the mountain.
You can't be serious.
Принял
You mean
веру
to say that our
островитян.
saint
Да,
converted to the cult
принял.
of the islanders?
That is what emerges from our findings, yes. Other objects that I was able to bring back also point in this direction. Look, there are inscriptions. These tablets and also this chaplet.
This chaplet. I cannot believe it. It is so... Excuse me. I cannot find the words to express how I feel. You must come with me. We must go and present all these discoveries to the Mother Cardinal. You realize our entire dogma will have to change. So far, anyone who wanted to question it would have burned their fingers. Literally, alas.
And you think that this time they'll listen?
We have solid proof. All this evidence. With your support, we will convince her to reveal the truth.
I see. I will do my best to help you.
It seems we are arriving right on time. You did well to warn us, Brother Virgil.
Virgil. How did you know?
I'm afraid that your Excellency's lies weren't very convincing.
We were informed of your discoveries and of the danger they represent. We demand that you hand them over to us immediately, so that they can be destroyed.
Ну, естественно.
How can you even suggest the destruction of relics written by the hand of our founder?
Out of love for our dogma, for our faith, and for our nation. But since you refuse to comply with our orders, you leave us no choice.
Death to the heretics!
Пей бутылочку за маму, за папу.
I cannot believe that I just fought my own brothers in faith. The fact that the Inquisition
Да,
is
так
after
бывает.
us is very disturbing, Excellency.
We would do well to hasten to San Mateus. They will not dare to attack you there. Even if these men were the last forces that the Inquisition could send us.
You are right. All this proves is that I will not succeed without your help. There is a risk that the Mother Cardinal will also reject our discoveries.
Fortunately, we have some leverage over this, dear Cornelia.
Мы-то знаем.
And if you will allow me to attend the hearing, I would be delighted to support you.
Your help will be precious to us, Father. In any case, We must present our research to Mother Cardinal as soon as possible. I will study the tablets one last time to make sure I know all their content. And I will meet you at the palace in San Mateus to plead our case.
Understood. See you soon, Sister Eugenia. Be careful.
Встретиться с сестрой через некоторое время. Ключ от тюрьмы Ордена Света. Это хорошая штука, наверное. Мне определенно пригодится. Что я там выбил? Перчатки епископа. Брони меньше, равновесие месяца, то сопротивление есть, да? Крафтить надо. Выносливость 2. Не могу носить. Чест. Рез епископа. Так, тут ничего не могу одеть. Тут опять же ничего не могу одеть. Шляпа опять дофига понападала. Так. Давай-ка я теперь одену. О! Меч тебе подарю. Как тебе? Нравится? По-любому нравится. Носи. Здоровье. Петрус. Вот тут Петрус у меня тут. Ну вот тебе подошли мои ботиночки. Ладно, прокачаемся. Характеристики. 4 тут. Выносливость. Да. Выносливость 2 нужна. Так что будем что-то делать с этим. Так. В принципе, 23 часа у нас есть квест. Так, ладно, дикий пророк. Пойду сразу сдам, чтобы не забыть потом, так сказать, завершить квест. И потом пойдем на основной. Так, нет. До сада 18 часов. Так, а у меня вообще чуть качается. Симпатия везде, дружба, но почему-то только у Курта не у Сиоры. Блин. Это плохо, что только у Курта. Так, давай, братан, еще поспим немножко. Сколько нам нужно? Тут рассвет, спи. Как говорится, до утра. Темное утро, ночь. Ворота закрываются. Не туда. Не туда. Вот сюда.
Ah, Your Excellency. We were eagerly awaiting your arrival. Sister Eugenia was just recounting me the tale of your achievements and telling me about the incredible discoveries you've made.
These relics shed a new light on the last years of our founder. It all demonstrates that he hadn't evangelized the islanders, but, on the contrary, he would even have adopted some of their rituals, merging the cult of the enlightened and the cult of nature in a single dogma.
These discoveries, if they can be verified, are extraordinary. But they also represent a great upheaval that could harm our nation. We must first verify their authenticity. You are the only ones who entered this cave. Could what you have witnessed been a falsification?
We discovered ancient frescoes on the walls of the cave. They represent Saint Matthias without a doubt. He is depicted with his chaplet. In one, he is praying for the divinity of the island. In the other, his face was being painted by a native. I understand how shocking these discoveries are, but their antiquity proves that they are genuine.
The tablets found at the site, however, attest that our founder had not abandoned the cult of the enlightened. He simply saw it as two different reflections of the same divine power.
The cavern we discovered is located in a very remote place. There is no islander village nearby. It contains some ruined dwellings, but clearly no one has lived there for a very long time. Fraudsters would inevitably have left traces of their passage, and we have not found any. The entrance to the cave was protected by one of those giant creatures that the natives call a Nardaik. These guardians usually protect sacred places and let no one enter without a fight. I had to kill this beast, which leads me to think that nobody had entered the cave for a very long time.
The relics could be authentic, Your Excellency, but we only have your word to convince us. The political and religious impact of these discoveries will be unprecedented. We risk schism, civil war, and who is to say that this is not a plan to weaken us?
Ooh.
It seems that you only see the negative aspects of this discovery, but the reality is very different. By integrating some of the natives' beliefs into your dogma, you could build an alliance with them. Something no other nation has managed to achieve before.
It is a good argument, Your Excellency. I hadn't thought about that.
Естественно, не подумал.
I would also like to inform you that a member of the Ordo Luminous was part of the expedition. He tried several times to sabotage it, even killing many of his colleagues for it, and finally attacked us as we were preparing to join San Matthias.
You'd have thought that the remaining members of the Order would go to such extremes. But I fear these attacks are just a reflection of what will happen if your discoveries are made public.
Your Eminence, we are faced with a crucial choice for our nation. What does a man of faith do in such a dilemma? He prays and places his trust in the one who came before him and has shown more wisdom. Saint Matthias shows us a new way. If we are believers, can we really turn our backs on him?
You surprise me, Petrus. You who are always so political, yet your words seem sincere. You give me something to think about. Thank you.
If my people knew that the great sage they had long respected is the same man as your saint, and that your priests respected our culture as he did, they would be welcomed here as brothers.
And the Eden we wanted to build would be everywhere. You speak sense, Princess. Does anyone wish to add anything?
I understand your doubts about the future that will inevitably be caused by such a revelation. You hesitate just as St. Lucius did to tell us about the journey of his master. Yet he revealed what he knew, and his words still guide Thélème today.
Thank you for your testimony. I will now retire to think about everything and make my decision. After careful consideration, I have decided that it is my duty to reveal your discoveries to the world. It will take years for our theologians to study all of this, but our dogma must follow the path opened by Saint Matthias.
Thank you, Your Eminence. I would be delighted to help with the study of these relics.
I don't doubt it, my dear. And I would like you to take me to see this cave. I look forward to worshipping at the place where our holy founder ended his days. As for you, Your Excellency, I thank you for the help you have given us. Your sincere insight has encouraged me to make this difficult decision.
It was my pleasure.
Let me also thank you, Your Excellency. Without you, we would still be in the shadows.
Дилемма. Так, друзьями я все-таки с ней так и не стал. Так, и насколько я вижу, симпатия, дружба, 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 симпатия. Блин, как бы с ними побыстрее-то со всеми подружиться. Ну да ладно. 22 уровень. И... Так, следующая характеристика, чтобы выносливость взять, мне нужно уровень 25. Все, окей. Изи. Так, все, научная экспедиция. А научная экспедиция у нас находится лагерь научной экспедиции. Все, погнали. Здорово, Курт. Как дела? Продолжаем путешествие. Найти лагерь научной экспедиции. Ну, пошли.
The valley is vast. We should get to a vantage point if we want to find this expedition.
Так, ну тут скорее всего этот лагерь. Потом давайте откроем лагерь. Да, здесь вот он. Отлично. И теперь погнали вот сюда. Направо. Ведь направо. Какие мои злые песики стоят. Клинок-то не так уж и плохо. Алло, 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 алло. Очень неплохо, я бы сказал. Это что, это босс? Да, это босс. Ну, пошли убьем, ладно. Так и быть. Это такая же бабка, как на болотах. Проблем не будет. Так. Так. Шестерочка. Четверочка. Вот мы полетели. Больно упало. Но в целом быстро умерла, поэтому нормально. Опять майорском солдате вижу. Перчатки, ключ солдата монетной стражи. Ключ солдата монетной стражи. Скорее всего, где-то здесь стоит сундук. Да ведь? Или нет? Воу. Какой-то жирненький, да? Понимаю. Ух ты. Тихо, отстань от меня. Вот так. По-бырому умираем, и все, и не портим никому мозг. Вот, сундук. Искать. Так, ну здесь нет, здесь ничего нет. Может здесь какой сундук? Так, кстати. Лагерь. Откроем сразу лагерь, чтобы не бегать. И нам туда. Может, мы здесь пройдем? Да, по сути, мы можем здесь пройти. Быстро, эффективно. Так, а сюда-то я зачем бегу? Еще один лагерь. Ну, быстрее будем путешествовать. Убито. Чуть не туда пошел. Что все по сторонам косит. Так. Пройду ли я здесь? Вопрос. Да, должен пройти.
Over there. Tents.
Лагерь нашли.
This must be the expedition's camp.
This is a rather conspicuous place to set a camp.
Signs of combat. They were attacked. By the look of the tents and the campfire, it dates back several days. It seems they were taken prisoner. I don't see any bodies.
Обыскать лагерь. Что искать? Я такой пришел с этой стороны, такой вот он, да, я здесь.
This looks like scientific equipment. This must be the lost expedition's campsite. No weapon leaves this sort of marking. Perhaps they were wielding magic.
Yes. It is the art of the Donegada.
С кланом долины.
Would you know which one?
One who fights against the invasion of the peoples from your island. I can be sure of nothing more.
Why would they attack
No.
scholars? They're not warriors.
They come here as conquerors. This is enough. But they were not killed.
Солдат был
Warriors would
или?
have been.
Все понятно, все очень понятно. Запись руководителя экспедиции. Корнеплод состоит из плотных и жестких тканей, издает резкий запах. Некоторые животные на наших глазах поедали такие корнеплоды без каких-либо заметных последствий. Следовательно, растение съедобно. Для окончательного вывода необходимо провести лабораторные исследования. Альфра перенесла свою палатку за пределы лагеря. Говорят, что наша болтовня мешает ей сосредоточиться. Очень способная молодая особа, но теперь я понимаю, почему профессор ее прогнал. Характер у нее скверный. Этот вид птиц широко представлен в долине. Очень любопытные создания. Они подходят так близко, что до них возможно дотронуться. Вероятно, островитяне на них не охотятся, иначе они бы вели себя осторожнее. Тем не менее, мясо у них вкусное. Возможно, запрет на охоту как-то связан с местными верованиями. Могу предположить, что наивные дикари обожествляют этих птиц. Возможно.
This looks like the journal of a naturalist. There are sketches of flora and fauna. There is no doubt we
Натуралистка.
are definitely on the trail of the lost expedition. It seems that one
Натуралистка.
of the team
Ты
kept a
где?
distance from the others.
Кыс.
Let's see what we can discover.
Так, не туда. Ты что у меня со стримом? Вроде все в порядке. Что-то какая-то фигня. Угу. Да, вроде все работает. Все же работает. Ладно, продолжаем. Не суть. Вроде все работает. Так, натуралистка. Натуралистка.
A trail of blood.
Кровавый след.
That cannot
Я
be
надеюсь, это не натуралистка.
Follow it.
Давай. Крыса. До свидания. Так, готово.
More blood. We're on the right
Опять кровь.
path.
Мы на
Keep
верном
going.
пути. Идем дальше. Так. Почему кровь-то?
A corpse.
Натуралистка.
The clothes cannot be mistaken.
А нет, это
It
ученый
is a
просто.
scholar of the Bridge Alliance. From the looks of him, I would say he's been dead for days, as we already thought. This isn't the woman whose journal we found. There is still a chance that she remains alive.
This man traded his life for all the suffering of my people.
It was only a scholar, a sage, not a warrior on the battlefield.
Do you think my people see a difference when bridgemen steal our people from their beds? From who do you think all the clans hide their children?
I lean towards Siora's point of view. The practices of these scholars, so-called seekers of knowledge, are barbaric. Leme would offer you protection and support.
In exchange for our soul,
На наши души.
I think we would prefer to go to war.
I'll search
Ну
the
подожди,
body.
какие
We
души?
might
Мы
find
же уже
something to help us
разобрались. Вера
understand.
одна и та же. То есть они вам, по сути, должны помогать. Опачки, несостыковочки. Обыскать. Дорожного сундука. Окей. Ладно. Идем дальше, чё? По-любому где-то здесь спряталась эта натуралистка.
Here is the isolated camp mentioned in the journal. Everything is in order, but the inhabitants are no longer there.
Неужели? Да.
Its position would have allowed them to escape the attack.
The view over the valley is magnificent, and
Дневник Альфры. Мы разбили лагерь в долине, которую собираемся исследовать. На этом острове тесно существует огромное множество разных видов растений. Флора здесь настолько разнообразна, что мы просто обязаны найти средства от малихора. Это растение с синими соцветиями и зубчатыми листьями. Невероятная находка. На континенте я ничего похожего не видела. Нужно провести опыты, чтобы выяснить, содержит ли оно активные вещества. Солдаты предупредили нас, что местным жителям нельзя доверять. Более того, в долине они особенно агрессивны. Это прискорбно. Островитяне должны быть известны свойства всех местных растений. Я чувствую, будто за нами следят. Скорее всего, для островитян наше появление не осталось незамеченным. Надеюсь, они понимают, что мы не собираемся с ними воевать, а просто изучаем местную растительность. С каждым днем мне становится все тревожнее. Они подбираются все ближе и ближе, и, боюсь, рано или поздно нападут. У нас мало оружия, мои коллеги вряд ли смогут за себя постоять. Похоже, те, кто за нами следит, приходят с болот. Если ждать нападения, то с той стороны. Я пыталась предостеречь коллег, но они меня не слушают. Конечно, кто будет тебя слушать? Зачем? Лучше сдохнуть. Правильный подход.
That of a woman from the expedition, a certain Afra. She speaks of their research and relates here that she felt watched. She feared an attack was brewing. I believe she was right.
Как бы она узнала, что замечать свалила. Правильно сделала.
people of the bridge have either just hatched from eggs or are complete idiots. My
Второе.
people are at war. They do not spare an enemy under pretext that they are not wearing the clothing of soldiers.
We must follow the tracks of the attack. They will certainly lead us to our party of intrepid scientists.
This woman was right to fear the Donea Exregao. They must have followed this path coming from the swamp. This is where we should go if we want to find these lion scholars.
Типа беги обратно? Ну ладно. Уговорили. Чертяки языкастые. какой-то горы спускаемся. Все-таки не зря я здесь не пошел, да? Потому что... да.
Look, those are islanders. They might be from the clan that attacked the Bridger camp.
That's possible. They look like trackers.
Опачки.
But what are they tracking?
Пацаны.
Prey, no doubt.
Renaixi!
We won't let you take us. We will not kneel down without a fight.
Wait! We have no desire to fight you. We only want to find the Lion Sages. They are not warriors, but their chief is ready to send an army of warriors to liberate them. If you help us bring them back, you will save your tribe from a costly battle in lives.
He speaks truly. Look, one of them is already eager to bring lion warriors back to us.
All we wanted was for them to tell us where our brothers are being kept.
What
Узнаем,
good
не
is this
переживайте.
if we must
Я вам
leave our
помогу.
camp behind? Very well. Stay away from the main entrance. Our guards will not welcome your arrival.
Pass around. There is a smaller entrance hidden there. The lions are kept in a home in ruins.
There must be a key somewhere to open the door, but I know not where it is kept.
Так, сохранюсь-ка на всякий случай, потому что я уверен, что сейчас будет какая-то дичь и нужно будет что-то по стелсу делать.
I'm not here to kill you.
Tell me then, what is your intended purpose?
We were sent to look for you.
Спасти тебя.
Apologies, but allow me to express my doubts.
After this little swim, you could always try to pull the trigger.
Who sent you to find me?
Well, we were not looking for you in particular, but the entire expedition. It was Governor Burham who asked us to find you. He's worried about you. You haven't been reporting.
You should have said that straight away. I must admit, I was hoping for a rescue of a different nature. Do you have a name?
Desarde. I'm from the congregation.
The new governor's cousin, who wears an islander face. I've heard stories about you. And them?
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid. From the people that your own capture and torture.
I've never taken anyone. On the contrary, we had hoped to exchange our knowledge with your own.
Bishop Petrus, if our young friend hadn't insisted on coming here, I would have gladly let you rot in this marsh.
Behold the charity of the enlightened, huh? This is a rather odd group. I am Afra, a scholar from the Bridge Alliance. It is rather rare to find me rolling in the marshes. I study the fauna and flora of this isle. I should imagine you have many questions.
We saw
Давай
the site where
рассказывай
you were
тогда.
attacked.
Чё уж.
What exactly happened?
We were taken by surprise. One moment everything was calm, and the next a war party of natives fell upon us. I had an uneasy feeling and kept myself apart, but when I heard my fellow scholars' shouts, I rushed over. Most of my companions are incapable of defending themselves, and we didn't have guards to protect us. One of them tried to flee, but they brought him down. We decided to give ourselves up to avoid a massacre.
What has happened since the attack? How long have you been in these marshes?
We were taken prisoner and were brought to a village nearby. I was able to escape while the others were taken to a house that they use as a prison. I wanted to join the Bridge Alliance frontier post not far from here, but I wasn't able. So I doubled back to keep watch of the village from a distance. I have been hoping to find a way to free my companions, without any success so far.
Have you made progress in your search for a cure?
We were studying some quite remarkable plants when we were attacked. The region is rife in unknown and novel species. Some seem incredibly promising. The local shamans know all these plants and they use them in their remedies. If only we had been able to converse with them rather than getting ourselves captured.
Could you lead us to the village where your colleagues are being held prisoner?
Certainly. We are oh so very close. And I fully intend to participate in this rescue. I'm not one to sit around and twiddle thumbs.
Погнали. Опа, опа, заметалась, заметалась. Пещера, пещера. Ты там это, сломалась, что ли? Погнали, погнали, погнали. Стоп. Вот она. Я уже думал, девку кинули. Долина Великой Битвы. Ну ты где там? Господи, что происходит-то? Ты застряла там, что ли? Че стоим, кого ждем? Давай, 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 давай. Так, ну тут по-любому
This
надо.
is where the natives took your colleagues.
Yes, it is here. These ruins are being used as a camp by the native raiders.
There are so many of them. Better to remain discreet.
I have spied on the camp and discovered where my colleagues are being held. They are being kept in the old walls of the main ruin.
Пам-пам-пам. Ну, убивать здесь, естественно, никого нельзя.
We should wait until nightfall and look around the camp to find a more discreet way to get inside.
Хорошая мысль. Ночь. И под покровом темноты мы пойдем в лагерь. Так, как мы туда пойдем? Все легко. Да, перед тем как пойдем, я сделаю перерывчик. Я отойду на минутку. Так, и я вернулся. Продолжаем. И нам нужно теперь скрытно это все пройти, чтобы не потерять доверие наших деревенских жителей. Давайте попробуем. Так, у меня есть зелье скрытности. Одно зелье тумана. А, вон он что, да? Ладно. Как-нибудь бочком и бежим. Через парадный вход, я так понимаю, будет проблема. Ну, как мне сказали, неписи помочь освободить. Кто? Тут сразу же загрузка нет. Смысла нет. Мы кого-то спалили. Точнее, нас кто-то спалил. Так, ну давай, правда, этих убьем. Присаживаемся и побежали. Побежали. Так, здесь нужно быть аккуратным. Текс. Здесь тоже не пройдешь. Клево. Ага. Я вас понял. Расщелина, в которую мы не можем пройти, потому что мы не знаем, как это делать. Да, это не GreedFall, потому что мы не сможем нормально пройти этот квест. Это очень и очень плохо. Но мы уже деремся, потому что нас спалили. Давайте еще раз попробуем загрузиться. Так, у меня где-то здесь есть вот это. Уникальность. Ну, что ж, будем прикидываться своими. Так, я сразу сохраняюсь, чтобы не видеть этих медведей еще раз. Вот опять кого-то сагрили, что музыка заиграла. Долго музыка играла, недолго правильно танцевал.
my companions inside a cell.
Пытаемся прорваться без боя. Первых двух только убили.
Let's try to avoid a fight.
Да, прошу тебя без жертв. Легко, блин, сказать. Почему в этой игре оглушать нельзя? Я так до сих пор не понял, если есть стелс. Но это очень странно. Так. Угу. Один там стоит. Окей, пойдем. Здесь здание, ага, вот вход. Это братишка. Ладно, ушел. Все хорошо, вообще нормально. Дверь, он сказал, возможно, заперта. У меня нет ключа, и я не могу это взломать. Проблема. Надо искать ключ. Ключ. Где может быть ключ? Такие беспалевные вообще создали. Че, походу, придется тебя убить, что ли? Чувака, который здесь стоял. Да. Ключ у него.
Locked.
Это плохо.
Is that you?
Come quickly. We don't have much time. Thank you for your help.
Do not thank me yet. We are still in a shipload of danger.
Типа проблема в том, что... ну отлично, да. Был проход. Что? Нормально. Здесь вообще никого не должно быть. Так. Сели. И пошли. Аккуратненько, очень тихо. Никого пытаюсь не убить. Что за сундук? Там китайцы стоят. Не писи. Так, что у нас здесь? Глупо, конечно, потому что я уже убил много. Или немного. Не знаю. Сейчас посмотрим, что по итогу будет. Черт возьми, можно было здесь забраться. Ладно. Мой коллег. О, там штука для скиллов. Да. Зебрежик сопровождающий, иначе вы их потеряете. Почему мне кажется, что Сёра это не одобрит? Симпатия. Почему? Пойдем. Там для меня горит очаг. Это что? Костер какой-то. Жертвоприношение. Ладно. Чё там, где его что-то прячутся, никаются. Быстрее, быстрее. Ран. А вас можно обойти?
Trokarid, mercy. You have defeated us. Spare us our lives.
If you spare them, they will only hunt us down until we are all dead.
No, you have our word. We have been bested. We will let you move on in peace.
How can we trust you? You attacked our camp when we were not even armed.
They are savages. They had us caged like beasts.
We only sought to learn where you have caged our people.
Spare their lives. I beg you. They were only fighting to save the lives of those that have disappeared.
Very well. Leave. And I hope you keep your word.
Thank you, Onol Manawi. I have spoken, and I will honor my words, Kwa Awalam Seg.
Сейчас Сиора сразу минус дружбу, потому что до этого накосячил.
We are no longer in danger. Thank you for your help, Desade.
I must admit, the reasons for my being here are not entirely selfless. Your research to find a remedy against the Malachor could save many lives in our cities as well.
You speak like a true man of science. Cut to the point. Then you'll be thrilled. Your heroic efforts to save us from those savages could help. We've made a discovery.
Is that right? In that case, we need to speak with Governor Burham immediately.
Very well. I'll accompany you.
Let's be off.
Sir Desade, and our expedition. I thank you sincerely for having brought them back, Excellence. You are a providential man.
Please, sir. It was you who convinced me and my cousin of the capital importance of their research.
Research that has borne fruit, Your Excellency.
Truly? This is excellent news. You have found a plant with sufficient properties?
Not exactly. know that during our captivity, an island woman visited the camp. The natives called her Tiana Hack Kadactus and treated her with utmost reverence. I heard them talk about a remedy, a universal remedy it seemed, that she had concocted. How's that? Lemat radidnais yachtem? Huh. Well, I grasp the basic of the local tongue, and I am certain to have heard the word yag. Remedy. Surprising. But the Ternahach is very powerful and very wise. It is possible that she did craft such a remedy.
Не-не-не-не. Спасибо, но у меня 2 вечных спутника по моим скиллам. Че? Два квеста. Поиск панацеи. Дом задания и поручень. Панацея, так панацея. Даже не хочу на них проходить квест, потому что они воюют с деревенскими. Чё деревенских обижать? Нормальные ребята. Костер. Костер. Всех на костер. Так. Переместиться. Да. У тебя нет квест? Все еще.
Do you need something?
I must leave you. See you later.
У всех есть квесты, кроме меня. Что-то бред какой-то. Так. Смотрим. Вот. Ну, для начала мне нужно сбегать сюда. То есть сперва я спас тех чуваков, перебив пол племени. Ну, пол там 5 человек. Ладно, надеюсь, они не обиделись. Вы же не забудьте. Кстати, у меня с ними, наверное, репутация должна по нафты. Симпатия все еще. Все еще просто симпатия. Ну, хоть не ненависть. Так, кстати, братан. О, ну ты быстрее махать мечом стал. Красавчик. Но это все равно. Кто? Алло. В смысле? Это что сейчас было? Бред какой-то. Давай-ка по краешку. Не понравилось мне поведение этих молодых людей. Поговорите, как с ним поговорить, если они агрессивные. Бред. Не, ну ладно, я поднимусь, скрытно попаду туда и надеюсь, меня атаковать более не будут. Я очень надеюсь, нет. О, пацаны, давайте я проверю заодно меч. Меч кузнец. На. Еще держи. Еще держи. Нормально. Я люблю животных. Это монстр. Пригодится. Так, тут не пройдешь, надо как-то здесь. Курочка. Получили одну очку навыков. Это не может не радовать. Так, позволяет покрепче стоять на ногах, когда используют раунд-булочное оружие. И вот. Ну, здесь мне не надо ничего, по сути. Уничтожить более слабых. И потом паралич даже буду качать. Оба наверх. Все. Так, и все, вот он путь наверх, нужно тихо как-то пройти туда, чтобы не дать спалиться перед этими ребятами.
Echte Heleona, na fravin quadaragames nes lochtom.
Estragmate mal.
Bud veganai. Sagis radai da rodo e diernas hache dachtas. Siodai don e quaig sarir. Björda leer gan siodiod hair.
Cloisto mal.
Ages radei. Da grimo deridore nadi
Болтун
sassuno
что-то на
sedi.
своем.
What were they saying, Siora?
The chief regrets the loss of the prisoners of the bridge. She said that the mistress of wisdom at the Vik Shadir should be informed.
Vig Shadir.
It is the village of the Great Hunt. It can be found to the northeast.
Так.
There should be a path that leads us there close by.
Так. Не, ну через лагерь вообще не вариант. Даже пробовать не хочу. Я так понимаю, что эти квесты должны поднять репутацию Сиоры. Типа... Ладно. Это все равно последний квест на сегодня. И будем заканчивать. Завтра продолжим. Возможно, завтра завершим прохождение этой игры. Для кого-то завтра, для кого-то в следующей серии. Часть. Не знаю, кстати, смотрел обзоры на эту игру, и все ее прям хаят, типа что игра ни о чем, никакая. Да, есть свои неприятные моменты, да, игра не AAA, но она прикольная, интересный сюжет интересный. Ладно, пройду, сделаю обзорчик. Пошли уже. О, как. Ух, ничего себе, какая большая карта. Костер, это полезно. Очень полезно. Мгм. Я надеюсь, вы не кинетесь на меня с топорами. О, аллилуйя, нет, не кинулся. Так, у тебя квест. Дополнительный квест.
I'm
Привет.
looking.
What are you doing here? You are in a hidden village, a sacred village. The Renaigse have no place here.
I seek an audience with the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Ha Kadactus. Do you know where I can find her?
The Tiarna is in her home. She goes, she comes as her heart desires. Only her Voglendaig must know. And if I knew where she was, it's not me who is going to tell her, Renaigse. Go away, leave me alone now. I have much to do. The great hunt is coming.
You spoke about a great hunt. What is it?
A sacred ceremony, of course. How in your countries do you honor your lands and assure their abundance?
Well, it's a bit...
You Renaigse are very strange. It is no wonder that you come to our lands. If you do not honor the land with the great hunt, you must lack game to hunt. Each year, one of our own, our best hunter, dresses up as the Andrig. He becomes the White Andrig during an entire night and the others hunt him. If he escapes them, the game will be abundant and the gathering fruitful during the entire year. It is a very important celebration.
Походу, я знаю, что мы будем делать в следующей серии.
Please now, I wish her no harm. I just need to speak with her.
You speak well and say pretty things, but it is by
Ну,
your
понятно,
doings
типа,
that you
докажи,
will be
потом красиво.
judged.
Then, in that case, tell me what I can do.
There is much to be done in this season. And Pedir, the great gatherer, has not returned from the woods.
Very well. Would you like me to go and get him?
That would be good.
Изи. Бризи, лемон скризи. Че, пошариться можно здесь сейчас? Что-нибудь интересное. По-любому кто-нибудь расколется тут с харизмой.
My name is Desarde. Would you be the Voglendaig of the Mistress of Wisdom?
Bir tirtumad, Renaigse. Yes, I am on.
Владычица.
What are you doing here in this sacred village?
Do you know where I might find the Mistress of Wisdom?
The Tierna Hach Kadaktas. I regret she is not here.
Do you know where she might be found?
I am sorry, but I will not tell her an Ike stranger to us. Your kind has many who bend the truth to their desires. Some of them tried to capture her. You need to prove to us that we can trust you.
Sure. Tell me what I could do.
You could help me find the secret seal that I lost. This would prove a little. It is a sacred stone that my mistress asked me to study and meditate with. I had it with me when I was going to the river, but I was suddenly attacked. Of course, the animals left me alone in the end, but I dropped the seal in my flight. I would gladly go and look for it.
Выронил он
I
печать.
am alone in the village, waiting for the Tierna Hak
Красавчик.
Kadatas.
Чё
And
тебе
what
скажу?
with the preparations and the great hunt, I cannot leave at this time.
I see. I'm going to look near the river and see if I can find it.
Thank you, Renaigse.
I must leave.
Давай, братан. Так. Еще какой-то квест. Тебе еще помочь надо.
Bortir to Madre Naixe.
Good day. I seek the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Ha Kadachtas.
I have no idea what you want with her, but no one in the village will tell Renaixe where to find her.
I do not seek to harm her, only to speak with her.
I don't know where she is. Her Voglendaig might know, but I think he will tell you nothing. You are in one of the most sacred villages of our lands. The Renaixe are not welcome here, and we are busy making ready for the great hunt.
Maybe I could help you with something.
Help us? Why not, after all? It would speak well of your intentions. During the great hunt, we place bells on the path to keep the animals away. During the last hunt, there was a great storm, and the bells were badly damaged.
Would you like me to repair them?
That would be good. If not, we need to make new ones, and I am afraid we will not have the time.
Помочь починить колокольчики для великой охоты. Ну, я понял. Так, печать, ангос. Шли печать, еще справа. Больше ничего нету. Да, ангос. Давай. Нуля. Да. Костер, да? Кстати, ничего не подсыпали? О. Что-то насыпали опять. Артиллерист, священник. Ну, понятно, как будет. Ничего нового, ничего хорошего. Так. Что это там? Пошли. Я надеюсь, там не какой-то босс. Хотя будет весело. Просто вот звери. Здорово. Ой. О, двух одним махом. Неплохо. Че, может, кто-то из вас ее съел? Это было легко. Так, а вот с колокольчиками, мне кажется, будет сложнее. У меня же нет скилла. И беру тебя перекачал на науку. Что тоже плохо. А, нет, это кто-то другой. Что такое? Собирательница.
Are you Padilla? People in the village are worried about you.
Esqueto, Arenaixe, that I know no more if I am what you say. In truth, I fear being dust, waiting to settle on the earth.
What has happened to you? Why such despair?
My eyes have clouded. I see no more.
Поправь ему платок, братан.
I was once the great gatherer.
But by the devil, why have they sent a blind man to gather herbs?
No one knows. I said nothing to them. I know my village so well that I do not need to see to wander through it. But I can no longer gather the herbs of the sacred dye. I know they are here in these woods, but I cannot find them.
Я помощь предлагаю.
Can you tell me which plants you need? If you are certain that they are somewhere in this patch of woods, it won't be difficult.
But how am I to guide you? The names we give to these plants are not the same as the names you give them.
Describe them to me. I think I'll find them.
One is a blue flower, the other a green mushroom, and the last ingredient Is it blackberry?
Very well. Don't go anywhere. I'll take care of it. I'm back, Padir.
Yes.
I
У меня
found the
все
herbs
было в
that you were
сумке.
looking for. Here.
Thank you. You're good for a Renaik, say. I did not know your kind bore souls such as you. I may return to the village now.
I will tell them that you're on your way there.
Thank you again. But I ask you, do not tell them
Слепой
what you've
собиратель.
learned about me. I do not wish that they treat me like a broken cripple.
Goodbye, Padir.
Да нашел-то нашел, но что вот с этим могу сделать? И могу ли вообще что-нибудь с этим сделать? Ой, спрячь. Спрячь, упадешь. Молодец. Вот он.
Let's take a look at these chimes. Its base is damaged. The wooden tubes can no longer hit each other. We will need to craft a new base.
The shadow-faced warrior might be able to help. I saw him repair his armor the other night.
Он бегает, ладно, потом сбегу. Мрачный воин делает снова свои основания. Ваш уровень, навык, уровень ремесла. У меня есть что-нибудь на ремесло? Могу что-нибудь одеть? Наука +1. Взлом. Наука. Тут нет точно. Во, ремесло +1, это хорошо.
These chimes are once again in working order.
Огонь, я сделаю этот квест. Блин, локация очень большая и что-то как-то все не очень удобно стоит здесь. Очень стоит, расположено. Лес, природа. Мне нравятся такие локации, в принципе. И чё? Так. Подождите. Мне нужна... ну... Так, с этой стороны ты не поднимешься. Что-то стоит бежать. просто так ты тут тоже не убежишь. Так, это забавно. Обратно. Ладно. Что-нибудь придумаем. Так, у нас прямо нету ничего, да? Только так. Тут, ну, конечно. Настолько клевые текстурки, что я от них балдею. И, собственно, по ним не заберешься. Так. Угу. То есть зря я куда-то сюда-то проходил. А, я еще и спрыгнул. Вообще клево. Давай наверх. Так. Как-то вот здесь вот что-то. Как попасть? Есть какой-нибудь спуск? И все в кругом в камнях еще. Просто до того. Так, ладно, вот здесь походу спуск где-то. Сейчас найдем. Так, вот он еще один.
Seeing where it's been hung, it isn't surprising that these chimes are making no sound. They're far too low and can't catch the wind. Now with the chimes in the proper place, they should sound like they're supposed to sound.
Перевесил, молодец. Молодец какой, молодец. Рукодельник. Так, ни в коем случае не выбросьте эти перчатки.
The base of this bell is damaged. That's why it no longer makes a sound. I need to build a new one. These chimes are once again in working order.
Угу. И последняя. Кыса-кыса. Что-то мне пофиг уже на твою броню особо так. Разрублено. Ну, последний.
These chimes here are simply tangled. I need to untangle them without breaking them.
Распутать и при этом не порвать.
There. Everything is in order.
Капитан
It'll chime
очевидность.
whenever wind blows upon the branches.
Так, ну все, я молодец. Я выполнил все задания. Так, я могу переодеть эти перчатки. Качество 73. Ну, пусть будет нормально. Обычные кожаные перчатки. Ладно. Так, мне возвращаться назад надо. Вот туда секунду. Ну, здесь какой быстрый спуск есть. А, да, вот он же. Я же находил что-то подобное. Так, все, теперь нам туда и туда. И в деревню. Надеюсь, он меня быстро полюбит. Просто глухой лес. Это прикольно. Клево, наверное, началось, пока эти ребята не приехали. Приехали, стрелять, значит, фигней заниматься. Бомжи, одним словом. Опять ты.
I found Padir. He should be along shortly.
Whatever made him take so long? He's not a man to be bothered by the beasts.
That poor Padir fell asleep under a tree. Age, I suppose.
Не будем
It seems
выдавать
like it would be
мужика.
the right time for him to take on an apprentice. Someone to help him on his walks.
You are completely right. It would be a shame that such great wisdom be lost.
I thank you, Renaikse. Your acts are as beautiful as your words. You are welcome here, and I hope you find the Tierna Hach Kadachtas.
Так.
Well now, Renaikse. Were you able to repair our bells for the hunt?
Yes, they are all working now.
You are very surprising. But I should have known that as an Onolmanawi, you would be different than the others. I now believe your words to be true when you say you desire no harm to our Tierna. You need to find her Voglendai. I will tell him that your intentions are heartfelt.
Ongos.
What do you want, Renaikse?
I found your seal. It was indeed near the river.
My heart thanks you. You are a Renaikse like no other.
Я самый лучший.
Tierna Hach would have been angry if I had lost it. The Tierna Hach went into the sacred bosque. She goes often there to meditate.
And where could I find this bosque?
To the west of the village, into the heart of the woods. There is a passage between the rocks that gives access. Be wary. This is an untamed place where the animals are wild and numerous.
I must leave.
Do it! You cannot enter here. It is the dwelling of the Tierna Hach.
Very well. I'll be on my way.
Я случайно, извини. Так, и мне куда-то сюда показывают. То есть ты мне предлагаешь оббежать, да, все? Может быть, с другой стороны. Какие непроходимые кусты все-таки в этой игре. Они мне уже начинают нравиться. Так, стоп. Не застрять главное. Так. Здесь живет, понятно. А, ну тут тоже тропинка есть еще. Не проблема. Район поисков. Ух ты. Неплохо. Тихо, тихо, ну зачем?
I regret troubling your rest. My name is Disarday. I am a legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Mev, daughter of Morrigan, daughter of Cardwin.
Мориген.
What is a legate?
Мориген.
And what could he want from me?
I am an emissary, a representative of my nation. I've come to speak to you about a cure.
Of what cure do you speak? You do not show signs of sickness.
I'm not. But on our continent, many people are dying from a terrible plague. We have named the sickness the Malachor, and none of our doctors have been able to heal anyone taken ill. We have heard talk from some of your people of a cure that is so powerful that it can heal almost anything. You would be...
My son, it is clear this woman has no intention of helping us. As for this miraculous remedy, allow me to cast doubt on its very existence. The only true miracles come from the enlightened.
You come here all the way into my haven to deafen me with your teachings of holy miracles.
I apologize, that is not the purpose of our visit. The cure, on the other hand...
Tierna hach kadachtas. I ask you to forgive these foreigners. They do not know our customs, but their intentions are peaceful. They seek a remedy to heal their people with conviction.
And what is a Donegad of our people doing with these invaders? What do you seek in their company?
Understanding, Tierna, and to learn for the good of our people.
You truly think there is anything the Renaigse could teach of any value? They come here to rape our lands, as did those who came before them long ago.
This miraculous cure that we've heard talk of, could you share the formula with us?
You are either completely crazed or foul liars. None of this makes sense.
But
Enough! I have lost enough time with your lies and your foolish thoughts. I do not know what you truly want from me, but I will not be used like some puppet.
Можно было и без этого обойтись, но... Что тут делать? Тут убежала, блин. Ща, подожди, сбегаю за скиллом. Вернусь. Отлично. Я же ничего пока не могу изучить. Вихрь, 3 очка, все понятно. Так, тут даже 2 постамента, офига себе. Может даже больше. Сейчас что-нибудь найдем, прям по-любому, что-то связанное со мной, с его прошлым, типа его мать там была кем-то таким. Короче, полюбас вообще. Гадалки не ходи просто. Сейчас что-нибудь узнаем. О, костер. Костер это хорошо. Давай, идем дальше. Или босс какой-нибудь. 105. Ну, пока что просто звери. Площадка для босс-файта.
These roots are so interwoven and taut that it's impossible to get through them. There is residue. It looks as if something had been placed here. She passed through here, there's no doubt about it. But how was she able to get
Медальон
past these
свой
roots?
положи.
This stone stele has something to do with the entry of the grotto. But how? This is obviously island magic. Some sort of ritual. The roots must open if one places the proper offering on the altar stone. I wonder if Ongos, the Voglendike, will know how this works.
Were you able to meet the Tierna Hak Kadaktas?
Yes, but to my grave disappointment, she fled before I could expose my arguments.
Yes, many strangers have tried to capture her many times. She must have decided you were one of them.
I'm once again in need of your assistance. I must take the passage blocked by a door of roots.
You had the honor of speaking with my mistress. If she chose to follow the sacred passage, then it is that she had nothing more to say to you. Why would I share with you the understanding of the ritual that protects her?
I
Давай.
promise that I mean her no harm. I just need to expose as best I can the problem at hand. Her help is truly necessary. Thousands of lives are at stake.
Tell me more.
My people have fallen prey to a serious illness, which has almost certainly taken my own mother by now. If we do not quickly find a remedy, we shall all follow her to the grave. But the Tierna Hak Kadaktas can help us. We are sure of that. She will know of a remedy able to heal this sickness that plagues us.
Your quest seems noble and with great respect for the life of all. You must feed the offering ward to enter into the passage and meet her once again.
I need to place a seed on the stone stele, don't I?
Yes, you must make this offering. I cannot tell you from which plant it is given, but there is a chance there are more in her dwelling. I will let you enter this one time, but treat her dwelling with respect, I ask you.
Thank you for your help.
Do not be so eager to thank me. The place you enter is ripe with dangers. As do all sacred places, it defends itself with the wild beasts that it fosters. This passage leads to a forest where the ancestors of the Tierna Hak Kadaktas makes her home.
And why should I fear the ancestor?
Have stories of the Nadaig been shared with you? In your language, you would call them guardians.
Yes. I even encountered one. She was magnificent.
Then you know of what I speak.
I must leave.
Ну давай.
This looks like a collection of skulls from various animals. I wonder what purpose they serve.
Through some rituals, we greet them. We thank them for feeding and dressing us, so that the next time give us weak amongst our hearts.
All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. All these crushed plants and these powders. She must have been preparing a potion. It might be the miraculous remedy. To be so close and yet to have no idea what to do with all this. All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This plant looks familiar. I saw some not far from here. Unfortunately, it's lost its seeds. This bark is covered with little symbols. It looks like some sort of writing, though I've been led to believe the natives have no written language.
The Donegada use these symbols amongst themselves, and only they understand their meaning. It is a secret and sacred language. I cannot reveal to you what the bark contains without breaking my bond.
Can you at least tell me if they speak of a passage? A seed?
No. I would have told you.
I don't see any seeds here. The only clue we have is this plant. Let's try to find some other flowers. It might be their seed that opens the passage.
Пойдем поищем.
These flowers. These flowers are similar to those we found in the dwelling of the Tierna Hach, and they bear seeds.
Those are the offering seeds we need to open the root passage. We should go try them.
This island sorcery is touching in a sense. If only its usage did not entail all of these superstitious venerations of nature spirits.
We have what we need. Let's go back to the stone stele.
Так. К пирамиде. Походу проще пешком добежать. Правильно я бегу? Ну да, вроде. Вроде да. А может и нет. Нет, правильно, вот проход. Сейчас пойду, там босс. Там площадка для босс-файта просто. Оп, сейф, ну понятно. Сейчас кладем цветочки, появляется босс. Да, открылось. Отлично.
We did not come to defile this place, and we do well to hurry. The Tierna Hach gives us quite the head start.
Maybe I'm right. What's up in this country? May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Неплохо. Фрески какие-то разрушенные. Ну, мой любимый монстр, да. Минус 2 сразу. Понимаю. Тоже неплохо. Так. Право, лево. Да, вниз. Посмотрим, что здесь. Что же у нас здесь? Интересности. Так. Ага. Типа обойти монстров. Или чё? Ну-ка, ну-ка. Может туда, просто с той стороны пройду. Опять двойной проход. Уж эти двойные проходы. Опа. Что-то нашли. Какой-то алтарь. Ладно, алтарь. По-любому в этой пещере что-то будет еще про мою судьбу. Ну, мне так кажется. Что главное присаживаться, что про мою, еще про мою. Угу. Вниз. А, ну я же говорил, значит. Угу. Что это такое? Просто, да? Ладно. Спуск вниз. Ну, можно было даже спуститься. Все, убили, молодцы. Идем дальше. Так. Давай посмотрим, что здесь. А. Угу. Такие большие пещеры, просто тонны мобов, ну как бы такое себе. Явно ничего нет. Кто? Так.
I need a bit of practice.
Нормально. Типа, если бы сюда пошел, ну, ясно, мне туда. Не туда. Давай. Да, да, все правильно. Есть что по скиллам учить? 2 скилла, 0, 0, все, идем дальше. Угу. Ходим, нашли проход. Фрасонегат, лес древних.
I hope she didn't hide in this forest. Finding her here would be quite troublesome.
It isn't it. There must be another here. We should be careful.
Да говно вопрос. Завалим. Но что тут происходит? Костер. Костер-то хорошо. Ты кто такой? Алло. Ну-ка стоять. Не-не-не. Чё, я убил, что ли? Да, я пострелял. Жесть. Ну не надо. Найс. Да мы-то что сделали тебе, алло? Эй, братан, не, отстань. Я знаю про такую броню, у тебя очень клевая броня. Да-да-да, я помню, что ты там меня с того удара убиваешь, там вся фигня. Да, черт возьми. Твою мать. Ну, я знал это, потому что он ненормальный. Просто не знаю, чем его убить в таких случаях. Ну да, так что смотрели это? Отстань. Теперь у нас парализующее покрытие есть, отлично. Который я не успел нанести, да? Не, что я сделал, дурачок? Ах ты же. Тише, 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 тише. Так, чё мне... Блять. Типа, ладно. Пошел-ка ты, а? Кто не знаю, ты любишь... Все, любили.
We didn't want this fight.
Кто?
Why?
In order to capture and extract from her what we need. To examine her. Dissect her, if necessary. You have done us a great service. Guiding us directly to her.
Are you saying that...
Even if the creature has concocted some remedial potion, it is not the song we came for, but the bird. She leads the sorcerers of this island. She knows how they transform, and from where their powers originate.
Извините за вопрос, вы охуели, сударь?
Scientists think that the remedy is there, in their pseudo-magic, and in their mutation. Thank you for bringing her to us, and ridding us of the monster.
Do you think I'm going to allow you to manipulate me?
I don't think anything. Apologies, Excellency. But you are going to die tragically from a stray bullet intended for the monster.
Шлюха.
Mercy, Your Excellency, I surrender.
How dare you ask for mercy after attempting an assassination? After revealing your conspiracy to me? You deserve nothing less than death.
I will not go down without a fight.
Да пожалуйста. Имбецил. Тупорылый вообще.
Tiana Hawk? She's unconscious.
Она жива, отлично. Слава Богу. Ладно.
Is she going to survive?
Yes, she will heal. They were not shooting to kill her. And we are resistant, you know. The bond empowers us. It gives us the vigor of animals, the resilience of trees. It's undoubtedly for that reason that your alliance is so interested in us. Tiana, he does not mean to harm you. Please, let me...
What do you want from me, Renaikse?
We were manipulated by the Alliance. We had no idea that they sought to capture you. We believed their fable of a miraculous remedy. We killed the man that wounded you. He will hunt you no longer. And their governor will have explaining to do.
I suppose I should thank you for having pulled me from their claws and bringing me here. And to have crushed the life out of a few of these parasites. There is indeed a remedy. But I doubt that I can do anything against this sickness that you describe.
Дружба.
I don't know it. And I don't see how I could create a remedy that would heal it.
Perhaps you could try. We are desperate.
This remedy was prepared for a precise purpose. To heal those who escaped the claws of the Alliance. These monsters capture the Sinol Menoi and torture them, bleed them, put things in their veins. Those that do escape are in such agony that our care and comfort are not enough to mend them. That's why I made this remedy. Not for your Malikor. My people have never fallen prey to such sickness.
How can you be so sure? Perhaps it's your tremendous resistance that protects you from the sickness.
Perhaps. Enon mil frictimen protects us all.
Enon mil frictimen?
God of 1,000 faces in your
Тысячеликий
town.
бог, множество из
The one
сущностей.
and many who protects us and our island. They and we are tied and bound. As they are tied and bound to you. Their generosity to our people is infinite. But the crimes of the Renaikse enrage it. After all, Perhaps your Malikor is their vengeance.
Возможно.
This is strange. The two tracks that we followed have led us to the same name. Enon Mil Frictimin.
The god of 1,000 faces. But I don't believe he is the origin of your sickness. He protects us. He watches over us.
Precisely. We know that the congregation came to this island long ago, a lot longer than we first thought. The Malachor could be a consequence of that first attempt to colonize. A curse cast at that epoch, brought back by the first defeated colonists. After all, is it not also the origin of the first guardians of the native legends? Either way, one thing is certain. If there is something, or someone on this island powerful enough to heal the Malachor, it is certainly him. We need to bring this news back to Constantine. Even if we don't have a remedy yet, he'll be happy to know that we've made progress.
Так, мне там что-то с боссов упало. Кольцо божественной ярости, которое, собственно, естественно, мне не нужно. Что там еще упало? Опытно. Сапоги князя. Тоже нет. Так, что я хотел сделать? Давайте сейчас посмотрим, что будет, если мы осмотримся на месте. Угу. Так, это, наверное, после, перед боссом. Бьем еще раз его, да? Че нам? Убивать там этого босса? Фигня же, да? Да, так. Братишка, не серчай. Ой-ой. Тише. Давай ты это. Я так и знал, да. Изи.
We didn't want this fight. Why?
to capture and extract from. You have done us a great service, guiding.
Are you saying that
Even if
Мы это все смотрели, то же самое.
do you think I'm going to...
Apologies.
Да ты хорош, ты пацан.
Your Excellency.
Да убить его, конечно
Dare
же.
you ask for mercy after attempting an assassination?
Тут без вариантов, нет. Щадить я даже не собираюсь.
You deserve nothing less than death.
I will not go down without a
Я не сдамся без бою. Да твидули. Так, кстати, что мне дали за убийство босса? Ну, фиксированный лут, опять кольцо. Духовная сила 4, нифига, кстати. Где тетя? Тетя Мотя. Без сознания. Смотреться перед уходом. Что мы здесь можем? Что-то можем найти, что ли? Так, здесь как бы... Типа мы можем смотреться, для чего мы будем осматриваться? Что мы здесь можем посмотреть? Текстурки за деревьями или что? Что мы можем здесь сделать? Я типа хочу осмотреться, сейчас вернусь. Камни как камни. Ничего интересного я здесь не наблюдаю пока что, так что ну, давай пойдем. Мы типа отправляемся немедленно. То же самое, скорее всего, сейчас будет и все. Будет жить. Да, рана не глубокая, она была нужна им живой. Опять дружба, то есть, собственно, все то же самое. То, что мы смотрели и читали. Так, и теперь у нас квест. Испытание водой. Я так понимаю, мы уже на финишной прямой. И, ну, на сегодня, естественно, все. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Давайте увидимся завтра, либо смотрите видеозапись стрима на канале YouTube. Давайте. Всем пока-пока.